SAG and SAG-AFTRA are two very different entities now.
Yeah.
SAG is a thing that kind of no longer exists. That the
Right.
way that their modus operandi does not work at this day and age, and SAG-AFTRA is an actively evolving group right now, that is actively trying to make things work for the better, not just for people in Los Angeles, and not just for people who work on camera, but
Right.
actors in media today as
SAG,
it stands.
yeah, SAG and AFTRA merged in 2012, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And since that time, there has been a staff voiceover department created. So now there are like multiple people who work for SAG-AFTRA who their whole job is to work on voiceover stuff. That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a thing prior to the merger.
Right.
So that's a massive step forward from where
Right.
things were in the SAG of old.
Yeah.
Which is part of why I kind of harp on that. No, it's not SAG, it's SAG-AFTRA.
Right.
Because it's different. And uh, they've also gone to great lengths in recent years to organize in new spaces within voiceover, specifically audiobooks. When I was breaking into the industry, audiobooks were a largely non-union space. And right around the time that I started getting into that line of work,
Mm-hmm.
a very successful organizing campaign took place with SAG-AFTRA staff at the front going and doing grassroots organizing efforts, talking to narrators and getting them on board to help flip a bunch of different publishers onto union contracts. And now it's basically the inverse of where things were in 2011.
That's cool. Like
And
I didn't know
yeah,
that, but that's awesome.
just as an example,
Mm-hmm.
and dubbing is another space where
They're
that's
actively working on it at this
yes,
moment.
yeah,
So, and that's part of why I think we felt a little bit, or some of us could have been feeling a little bit left by the wayside.
right,
It's because number one, we were for a long time,
yeah.
and number two,
Those
there are
concerns are
so
not unfounded.
yeah, and number two, there are so well they've just created this, just a few years ago created this voiceover, conglomerate of SAG. Like, here's the voiceover chunk over here. There are so many different aspects of voiceover, as you well may know,
Right,
like audiobook, like narration, like promos, like commercials, like animation, games, interactive, all of those things. They're trying to attack them each and every one, and we're just one piece of
one,
that
yeah,
very tall
right,
pile,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So, but it's actively being worked on as of right now, and since it's actively being worked on as of right now, it's definitely not perfect, but it's
right,
getting there. And what's going to help it get there is is being informative and helping and being active, so that you, the person who you're
and
working in this industry. Oh God, there goes my light. The person who is working in the industry can go to the people who are working in the SAG building and say, "This is the shit we need."